Cliff spends most of his free time playing video games. He cheated in our marriage. He calls it emotional cheating, but says he did not act on it physically.
I'll catch y'all later.
My dad, I would like to spend more time with him.
I want my old family back.
In today's episode of Wife Swap, this guy admits to cheating on his wife multiple times, and when he's not doing that, he's too busy playing basketball with his friends and video games to spend even a single second with his 3 daughters in this beautiful, massive mansion that they live in. You look at this guy and think, man, he has it all, but clearly he doesn't care about any of that other than these pixels on the screen, as well as the various other women that he's being unfaithful to his wife with. So you better watch until the very end of this one to see if this man's able to even hold on to his family, because it seems like it might be slipping away from him, and that's entirely his fault. So without any further ado, let's get right on into it and hear what this man's wife says about him in her own words.
Cliff spends most of his free time playing video games, or he is playing basketball with his friends.
So this is the wife that's swapping with his wife in this episode. She is a professional wrestler. Yes, we're going to get into that in another video. Quite insane. Literally the entire family wrestles professionally. But she's reading this basically synopsis of their relationship and their home, and this lady is just trashing her husband, as she should, because dude is just a lazy bum that only wants to play video games or hang out with his friends. And as you can tell from this show being Wife Swap, this dude has an entire family to worry about that he could not care less about, which is just mind-blowing to me.
He cheated in our marriage. He calls it emotional cheating, but says he did not act on it physically. Holy crap.
Oh my God. Is this dude a piece of work? He has cheated on his wife multiple times, but gaslit her into thinking that it's not really cheating somehow because he didn't physically meet up with anybody and nothing physical happened. But I don't know about you guys. I've said this before. If I found out that my partner was cheating, I feel like the emotional side of it would be way more impactful and hurtful. Like, just because you didn't meet up with somebody physically doesn't mean that no damage was done. If anything, it's way more damage knowing that you are like emotionally entangled with other people. And it sounds like it's been multiple other people in this dude's history.
Wow. The idea of my husband cheating on me just, it would just break my world in two.
And you could see this woman even just reading the iPad and hearing about this cheating. She knows nothing about this family. She hasn't even met them yet. And already she's so emotionally distraught hearing about this guy and his infidelity.
Cliff,
Hey, Cliff, nice to meet you. What do you guys like to do?
Dance and like have fun.
And she's putting on a good face as she finally does meet the family here. She's not really giving him the stink eye that I think I would. It would be very hard to, hide my disdain from this dude because she really hasn't heard a single good thing about the guy. He makes a lot of money. That's cool. He says he works for a Fortune 500 company as some sort of management, but that really is beside the point. I think that's what he thinks he brings to the family, and it really kind of stops there. When in reality, he should be doing so much more for every single member of his family, especially his wife. Like, I don't know, not cheating on her.
So what activities do you guys normally do?
Well, when we do dance battles with my mom
do crafts.
And she's asking about this family, and they're all like, yeah, my mom and me, we do blah, blah, blah. We do dance battles, we do crafts. Nothing is being mentioned about the dad because you know he's upstairs getting his ass whooped in 2K on the PS5 and does nothing else besides that all day when he's home from work. Besides, again, I will just hammer it home, cheating on his wife. On his phone, though, he's just talking to women, telling them about how he loves them. He's not actually meeting up with them, so it's not cheating, babe. Trust me. I'm sure that's the general shtick he's giving this woman when she does get mad about being cheated on.
How often do all of you guys do something as a group together?
Yeah, we don't do stuff together often.
And man, these kids are at a time in their life where this dude's gonna blink and they're all out of the house and, starting their own lives, probably not being in much contact with their father because they didn't receive much love. And man, is that going to be a big moment of regret from this dude, because you hear it from all types of parents. This time when kids are actually living with you and their kids in your house, that's just gonna fly by, man. And you're gonna wish that you spent way more time with them, if you're actually worth a damn as a father. But it doesn't seem to be bothering bro, because he's just upstairs playing video games and gets annoyed if they step into his lair while he's gaming, like an actual teenager.
All right, guys, I'm getting ready to head out, go play ball. Have a good day, all right? I'll catch y'all later.
Bye, love you.
And literally in this scene, they're about to eat dinner, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go play ball with the homies, so I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, good seeing you. He just treats them like roommates that he has to kind of awkwardly mingle with as they're in the kitchen as he's leaving. Otherwise, he would prefer to not talk to anybody in his house except for his friends online in whatever game he's playing. That is actually so despicable.
know.
Daddy does not like dance battles.
I don't really know what the problem is, but those are his girls and they're craving for his attention.
And they're like, yeah, it's kind of weird. Dad's always playing basketball, but he's like not super in shape, or at least he doesn't seem to be getting more in shape, even though he always is out playing basketball. And come to think of it, when we have seen him play basketball, he's pretty bad. So I'm wondering what he's doing out there all the time. Actually, I shouldn't make that joke because remember, he didn't meet up with anybody physically, so he's not a cheater. It's just emotionally, you know, via DMs.
Cliff doesn't know how to be in a woman's world, so maybe he's just a little lost and doesn't know how to really join in on it.
And I will say, this other mother has a heart of gold. She's trying her best to give this guy the benefit of the doubt and try to look at things from his perspective as to why he's not spending time with anybody in his house. Maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable with it, which could be a valid point, but no, I think bro is just truly lazy and kind of has a disdain for being a family man.
Most of the time, is your dad just up in his room?
Yeah.
Hey, Cliff. What you doing?
Oh, and man, he's playing the video games. They're adding some stupid BS video game noise. Like, obviously, he's not playing freaking Mario or whatever it sounds like. Like I said, if he likes basketball, he's probably playing 2K and just getting roasted by that guy who plays with his little brother on the mic on TikTok. That's pretty much the extent of this dude's day, but he can't even break eye contact from the screen to have a conversation with his new wife. He's almost like kind of confused as to why these cameras are in his house. I'm sure he agreed to do this show with his wife without actually being conscious of what he was being asked because he was mid-gaming session. And now he's like, wait, where's my wife? Like, have you seen her? Kind of just confused at what the hell's going on. But he also could care less because, you know, when he's not working, he's gaming like a real man.
Typical evening when I get home from work is this. So it's my stress reliever. I like to have my me time.
And this dude claims that the video games are a stress reliever for him, which, I mean, who's to say how stressful this man's job is? It probably is mad stressful, but at the same time, you got to find a balance, dude. Like I said, these kids are going to be grown one day, and you're going to be sorry, wishing that you spent more time with them.
Look, you're married to me. You're either going to spend time with me and our kids, or you're going to have to find a different life.
And she says this about this guy, but it's kind of true. I mean, the other woman seems like she is at her wit's end as well. If you've been emotionally cheated on multiple times and your husband's not really providing anything other than monetary support for the family, you're going to start looking elsewhere for happiness and realize that maybe this married life just isn't meant to be, which granted, these two have been high school sweethearts, so they have quite a unique love story. And maybe this show could rekindle something between them, but man, it's looking really dire right now. And I would not be surprised if we hear about, you know, some sort of divorce after this show if nothing is to change come rule change time.
What if you spent less time playing your video game and more time trying to connect with your family, just making an effort?
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
Oh, it's so tough because, like, you know, I got the battle pass and I'm not going to be able to complete the battle pass if I actually have to hang out with my family is the thing. So maybe I won't and I'll just keep playing games. Yeah, sounds good to me. Like, this guy is so uninterested in changing for the better, even though he realizes he's letting his entire family down and is being reminded of that by this woman right now.
What do you want to do in your heart?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure.
This dude just seems lost. Like, he just seems so disinterested in everything in life that, you know, the video games are providing the only solace for this guy, which is really sad. I'm sure there's many people who are in that predicament. Hell, I've been in that predicament in my life, but you gotta realize sometimes that there are things worth living for, especially when they're right in front of you, begging you for attention, much like his daughters are.
We are all going to start spending more quality time together. We are removing all video games.
That's right. She gets a thumbs down from the dude who's got a shirt that literally says, sarcasm is just one of my many talents. I mean, this guy, what is he bringing to the table right now? He's rocking a shirt that I would have bought from Michael's for my elementary school clothing lineup. That was the thing that had a stranglehold on me, was these joke t-shirts like my sister sucks and homework sucks even more. Like, bro, you're 30-something. Change up the shirt, please. Also, don't be thumbs downing the video games being removed. You know it's only for like a week max, and it's to help you in your marriage and save it.
Spending time with the girls because it's something that's past overdue. So I do like how she implemented that, but taking the game away is probably going to be the hardest thing for me to deal with.
And he's like, yeah, I guess it's cool that she wants me to hang out with my family more. Like, I get it, but why don't you have to take the PlayStation away? That's not freaking cool. Oh.
I'm happy with it.
I'm happy.
You like it?
And meanwhile, the kids are super hyped to hear that they actually get a father for a week. I know I'd be damn excited too if I was, you know, busy spending all my time alone with my mom sometimes, but my dad is never around. Like, of course, these kids are going to be eating that up. And I hope he truly does make an effort to spend time with them this time, instead of just being pissy about his PS5 being taken away.
When my husband and I were going through our rough times, I had to remind him of our vows and ask him to think about what we had promised each other in the beginning.
And yikes, the woman has to bring up this thing, and she's being very cryptic about it because she doesn't want to bring the kids into the marital drama. But basically her rule change is that she's gonna make this guy rewrite his vows for her wife, which she then finds out that they didn't even write vows. They pretty much got married at the courtroom when they were 18 or whatever, and that was that. So maybe that's a part of the issue, is this guy doesn't feel that he technically made a super, in-depth commitment to this woman, but everyone knows better than to not cheat on their spouse. But that is a really sweet thing she's requesting of him, and I hope he takes it seriously because damn, that alone could seriously revamp their marriage. So yeah, the kids go and hide his PS5 in a place where he can't find it. I don't know, maybe like one of their rooms, because he doesn't even want to check in on his kids, so why would he even think to look for the PS5 there? But that's step one. Step two is for him to spend more time with them, and I'm honestly not sure if he's gonna be making the most of it, but let's hope he does.
I feel good about this day because we're getting really close.
And it's really sad, but like the kids are eating this up. He's giving them literal breadcrumbs of love and attention right now. And they're like, yep, I find myself getting so close to my dad. We actually made dinner together and ate together at the table for like the first time in my life since I've gained consciousness. So that's pretty chill. We're basically best friends. Like, not to belittle what this girl said. That's really sweet, but it's crazy how little he has to give them for them to think that he's just a super dad. So imagine when he gives them 110% and goes all in on being an engaged, awesome dad, how amazing that's going to be for their kids. I mean, it already seems like they've raised a beautiful family, a bunch of smart kids, so that's only going to help flourish their lives and their passions in life by having two parents that give a damn about them rather than just one like they've had for most of their life.
Do you like spending more time with your friends except for us?
Oh my God, that is a heartbreaking question, and honestly something that I'm sure she's wanted to ask him for a long time, because it does seem like this guy only wants to chat with his friends on PlayStation or at the basketball court, and that's his entire existence outside of work. So she's like, do you even like us? Like, do you want to spend time with your friends more? So let's hear his answer.
I do not like spending more time with my friends than you guys. I just chose to spend more time with my friends than you guys.
Like, what kind of an answer was that, my dude? No, I don't want to spend more time, but when given the choice, I chose to spend more time with my friends because, I don't know, they're cooler, okay? And they actually know how to defend B. Remember, we tried to play Call of Duty together, you guys, and you all sucked because, yeah, I get it that you're middle school and everything, but like, my friends are way better at the video games too, so why would I hang out with you? Like, come on, bro. Give us a better answer than that, please.
I regret it and I want to do better.
I don't know if Cliff is going to change.
Yeah, I don't know about that either, because this dude's answers don't seem very convincing, and it kind of seems like it's torture for him to be sitting here with his family, understimulated, not being able to look at pixels on a screen, but also this is day one of the change, so maybe it'll be a little bit of an adjustment, because if anything, he's probably feeling awkward in front of his family when he realizes he doesn't know jack about any of them, because he hasn't taken the time to nourish that relationship. And in another attempt, I will say he's a little bit fun here, and has a dance battle with them, because it seems like this entire family really loves dancing, at least all the women in the family. He does complain about being a noob and not being able to follow steps with his, middle school aged daughters who are on TikTok, probably mastering some very advanced choreography. And I'm not even being sarcastic there, like legit, there are so many good young dancers nowadays because of apps like that and how big dancing culture is. So I'm sure it is a little bit difficult for this old man to keep up with the kids, but hey, he's giving it a go and that brings a smile to my face, I will admit that. But will it be enough?
I like doing this because we get to do stuff together, which is fun, and we get to laugh and have a good time.
And would you look at this? The man makes a genius play and says, hey, I like basketball. I don't like hanging out with my family, but maybe if I was hanging out with my family while we're playing basketball, I might like it. And turns out he does. And so do the kids. And it's also a way for them to bond while being active. There's like 10 pros to it and 0 cons. I guess the one con is he can't use basketball as an excuse to possibly go meet up with people. Not that he is, but I'm going to keep making that joke like he is because you gave me the opportunity, bro. I'm sorry. But yeah, it seems like he's really embracing spending time with his family, and hopefully this will be a recurring theme in his life when he realizes how nurturing it is for both him and his family members to be spending time together, which really should not be that difficult of a concept to grasp, but everybody has their own journey with parenting and being an adult, and maybe he's just a late bloomer.
We could take some time to work on those vows.
Your rules?
And this dude doesn't even want to write vows. I don't know if he's like nervous to show vulnerability or tell his wife that he loves her, but you'd think he'd be all over this if it meant saving his marriage. It's almost like he's not worried about the idea that she could leave him because they've been together for so long, but the woman explained early on that she is very sick of his antics. But anyways, he does hit the grindstone, writes down some vows, which we are going to shortly hear because it's time for these parents to meet back up, and I want to hear what this dude went through or if this even made a profound impact on him, because I'm really hoping for a positive ending here. Obviously, nobody wants to see a divorce happen and for a family to be split up, and it's looking like that could be a possibility in this episode if things didn't change.
Having fun, it opened something else up. Excuse me. That made me realize that I was being real selfish a lot.
Wow, I will give this dude props. He's been moved to tears thinking of how badly he's been letting down his family, and if that isn't some true raw emotion, I don't know what is. Like, I'm giving this guy his brownie points right now. I think he is truly seeing the error of his ways, and that's the beauty of this show. It's such a radical change for these people that it forces you to face some things that you don't want to face, and those that are able to embrace it are able to better their family as a result, but those that push it further away maybe realize that, you know, they're not meant to be married or they're not meant to be a father because they simply can't handle it. And this guy seems like he's wanting to make steps for the better for his family and for himself. So props to him for that.
I've never see him react like this. This is actually a first.
And even his wife is like, damn, I've not seen this dude shed a tear in like, you know, the 18 years we've been married or whatever. So that's kind of insane that she was able to bring this out of him. And again, I got to give props to this wrestling mom because she has been absolutely handling it when it comes to getting this man into a better state with his family and being more of a father figure for his entire, you know, set of kids.
I will make sure that you are a priority in my life, along with the 3 beautiful daughters we have. You are worth fighting for.
And as we roll into the ending here, he begins to read off his vows, which just moves his wife so much because she was not expecting this today. And man, what a treat that must have been. As cheesy as it is for us to hear, you know, about this relationship we didn't know about 20 minutes ago, but still, we're rooting for them, okay? As long as bro stops cheating. That's like the #1 thing we need out of you as well. So yeah, needless to say, I think this episode brought this family back a lot closer. In closing, the guy says he realizes how much he's been fumbling the ball, quite literally, when it comes to his family in all regards and all aspects. So he's really going to be making a push to better himself when it comes to that. And it says at the end here that they both feel that the wife swap episode renewed their marriage and gave them kind of a new look at love and loving each other, and it freshened things up, which is just all you could ever ask for. The whole family also eats, plays, and dances together again. So talk about a W ending for this episode. Let me know what you guys thought of this one down in the comments below. I'll be covering the other half of this shortly as we watch this other mom try to make it as a pro wrestler. Not nearly as much tension in the same way, but it's still very entertaining. So drop a like if you enjoyed this one. Thanks so much for the support on the channel this past month. You guys rock. And as always, I'll catch you in the next video. Until next time, peace out.